Ella, that boy Spoonie, and of course, fan of the show, Jay Tuck, is in this thing, man.
What's up?
Man, woo, wow, it's a new day out there in 214. It's a different feeling, if you will, in the Dallas Metroplex area. It's a re-energized kind of time here in old Cowboys Nation. Real quick, man, we appreciate everybody tuning in. As always, if you are on YouTube, man, get the likes, get the shares. If you're on Facebook, get the likes, get the shares, man. Throw it up. Let's blow it up. Let's fill it up, man. We are going to have an amazing show tonight. We have tons to talk about, obviously, with this Dak deal and all these little jewels that are not going to get dropped during this press conference. A lot there. And then, of course, we got some other moves, right? Hey, man, we had some moves, some salary cap moves, right? We can finally, after we get through with this, put this Dak, our quarterback, to bed. Let's get to football. Oh, hold on, guys. Ready?
Right. Football. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Building and chase 6. So, man, as always, before we're going to start off, I'd like to roll out the red carpet. Jay Tuck, as always. Man, tell the people where they're going to be able to find you outside of here.
Yeah, what's going on, fam? Man, it's your boy Jay Tuck. You guys can find me on Twitter, of course, at JTuck151. And then also go to my YouTube channel, Cowboys Fans Only. Comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate all the support, man. We're growing. I appreciate all the, you guys, the interaction, my Star Gang family, man. And also you can find me on the Fan to Fan Network. I'm starting to get into writing a lot of articles coming out. So staying busy with this Cowboys content.
Yeah, I am excited about seeing that side. I am definitely excited about that. Mary Ella.
I was a journalism major, man. So it's my thing, but it's long time ago, man. So I have to dust off some skills. It's time consuming to say. So.
Fair. Yeah, well, yeah, that it is. Mary Ella, where can they find you out there on the Twitterverse and everywhere else?
Twitter at Stargang Beauty, and I changed my overall name. I'm now a Cowboys Kool-Aid drinker.
Cowboys Kool-Aid.
Or Facebook, Mariella Bowers on the Stargang page, Stargang group. Hit me up, but don't commit me crazy because I want the smoke.
All the smoke. And look, at the end of the day, they did make it rain, so it was time for you to pivot off of that.
Yeah.
Glad to see you drink the Kool-Aid. As of tonight, we are celebrating. I got a little Kool-Aid of my own here. It's the honeymoon season, as I like to call it. Spoonie. Tell people where they can find you. Even Spoonie, I'm so proud to see Spoonie just so more active on Twitter now and getting in there and mixing it up.
At Spoonie881.
Spoonie881. And of course, right here, home at Star Game. All right, guys. All right. So let's get into it. I'm gonna steal one over here. I'm gonna steal one from my guy Sid. We were just doing Sid's show over there. Man, go follow him on YouTube and Twitter as well. Man, shout out to guy Sid. Sid had a great question. I'm gonna borrow it from him. One word to describe the press conference and how you felt. One word. And I'll roll with, let's go with Spoonie. One word for the press conference today.
Excited.
Excitement. Mary, one word for the Cowboys press conference today from you.
Optimistic.
Optimistic how, though?
For the future. For what could be.
For the future and what it could. Wow, fun times to be a part of. And Jay Tuck, one word from you, my friend.
Yeah, Mary just stole my word. Optimistic. I'm optimistic about it, but I'll go ahead and steal another one and say Kool-Aid, man. I'm drunk off the Cowboys Kool-Aid right now. I feel like, as a Cowboys fan, I'm very optimistic about the future. There's a lot of things that are now falling into place that can work in our favor. So now it's just hopefully we'll seize the moment and get this thing rolling. So,
right, no doubt. And we're seeing some words. We got Mendoza with anxious. We got a guy Stewart with the relieved. My one word. Changes, man, good. Draft time with the sleepy. I'm gonna go with re-energized. I think the fan base is re-energized because our guys paid now, right? He's in the building. We know what the quarterback position is. The other reason to be re-energized is everybody's paid. There's no off the field now. Look, Zeke's paid. Amari's paid, right? D-Law's paid. Dak, the missing piece. We had the Infinity Stone gauntlet out here. We could drop that last little piece in there if you wanted to, right? And, man, I think it's re-energized. I think it gets people back in the building. I think people are believing again. I think it makes us very excited, right, to move forward and see where we're going within this contract that's here now and how they're going to attack the rest of this. So, man, re-energized, man. I think it was long, right? What was the term you used, Jay Tuck? You called it the Easter Sunday preaching. Is that what it was?
That was the Easter sermon. That was the Easter sermon. If you ever been to church, man, on Easter, bro, you can prepare to, get the whole hour and a half treatment, man. The red carpet rollout. That's what it was, man. Jerry was preaching a long sermon because I was trying to go back and compare to his and Zeke's. Zeke's press conference probably 30 minutes, give or take.
Right.
But this one, I mean.
They rolled out the carpet, right?
Yeah, they rolled out the red carpet for Dak. So it was a full show, man, because I was watching it. Shout out to everyone who joined my channel trying to cover it for a little bit. I was looking at the clock like, okay, we got to get back to work. And so it was almost an hour and a half full of jewels that were dropping. But I think it was something, like you said, to rejuvenate the Cowboys fans and get us to believing into next year because, Jerry said a few things and we're going to be back fully rolling. So,
yeah, man, like I said, re-energized, right? People was jumping to that pro shop. Some of us spending.
They got me. The pro shop got me.
Right. We're spending money. We are ready to rock. We're ready to roll. And the big thing I talked about moving forward was before we even got to this press conference was I thought this contract shifted the spotlight to Steven, right? 22.1, 33.1, right? Steven, the percentage of the cap is 12% or less now. You got to go do work. And then that was kind of even further, maybe maybe the old nail was driven home a little bit more. And if you don't believe that Stephen Jones is the guy that is doing these things, the question was brought up in the press conference that how are you going to build a team? And man, you saw Jerry Jones jump ahead and said, "Oh, I want to know." And then
he said, "Ask him."
I want to know, Stephen. Hey, what's up, son? Hey, I got the checkbook. What are we doing here? And I was, excited about that. Now, what, with that question being had, you see Stephen, actually field the question because Jerry's like, hey, I want to know too. What do you think a little bit on that from that standpoint of that particular moment of the press conference, Smony?
Listen, when Stephen talks, I'm nervous. I'm nervous, but I feel good today. It sounded like a different type of Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones is ready to go to work. There was a quote that I like what he said. I took a picture of it.
What you got?
Read it off
for the people.
Okay. It says Stephen Jones has said multiple times you have to be open-minded or you miss CeeDee Lamb. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. And I love that. It gave me some goosebumps, some chills. I was like, ooh, Stephen. And it was like, I said I had to get my apology letter for Stephen Jones very soon because it was like he's ready to go to work. And right after the press conference, the Cowboys created some cap space. It's got me going in a different feeling that we may see Stephen get very active with some real names in the market.
Mary?
Yeah. I mean,
he's still cat boy for you, or the Kool-Aid's got you?
Well, hold on. I gotta see. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, but he's still cat boy until further notice. He's still cat boy. By the way, I lit the Dak Prescott candle. If anybody was wondering.
Yeah. So we got a lamp. Let's go.
But yeah, some of the things he said about building the team, or him and Jerry both talked a lot about building the team around Dak, and that's their full intention, and winning a Super Bowl. And one of the reporters asked him about bringing up the pie situation from last offseason about is there enough pie, and so they said, is there enough pie for defense? because we saw how bad they struggled against the run and gave up so many points and yards. And, they said, yeah, there's enough pie. And that made me feel good because, I'm pretty sure that Dalvin Tomlinson loves pie. And so, I mean, he loves pie. We have pie. I mean, I just think it's a great match.
Okay. Jay Tuck, the Stephen Jones,
so
the pivoting.
1:54 p.m. I get a text. The Dallas Cowboys summer shirts are now available. True fans will love it. Click this link, man. So I'm drunk off Kool-Aid, man. And I feel like what we really saw was Jerry Jones. He did the show, but Stephen Jones did the business. And I feel like that's what we've been speaking about so frequently on this channel. And so Stephen Jones mentioned the defense quite extensively. Like he also spoke about what Dan Quinn's going to bring to the team. Also, you heard Dak speak about, Dan Quinn as well. So I feel like this offseason is going to be very defensively focused. But also, if there is an opportunity for one of these high caliber offensive weapons to fall to us in the draft, I feel like now, since we have 10 damn picks now available in the draft, there's more than ample opportunity in the draft to fill these holes, but also dive in for free agencies. Like you said, Nick, as soon as the press conference was over, we got that news. Tyron Smith and Martin have restructured their deals. So the Cowboys are working. I mean, you look at it from a player standpoint, you see the CeeDee Lamb looking like the Incredible Hulk workout videos. You see Diggs. You see a lot of these people out there working, getting their grind in right now. So as a Cowboys fan, man, I'm ready to get things going. Now, we have a long way until we get to September, but I feel like, and I just said this a second ago, what I really want to see is that, Mike McCarthy has had this more aggressive approach when it comes to this team, but also how he handled himself throughout the games. So maybe the front office is now we're going to match that same energy, and we're going to be more aggressive in free agency in the offseason as well, and we're going to go all in. So I'm all for it. I know we've spoken about that extensively, man. Yeah. So let's go now. The window's open.
Look, I preached it for 5 years. I've been doing this, going on my third year, and finally – shout out to my guy, Stewart. He goes, I believe is officially running the show, Stephen Jones. Yes, JJ passed the torch. Yes, thank you, Stewart. Yeah. You've come to the right side. I told people all offseason, even like, stop saying Jerry, say Stephen. And if you paid attention in this conference, there was multiple times where you heard, look, we gave you the Jerry wants to know and lean, right? Let me give you another one.
Right.
Whenever they were talking about the deal getting done, Stephen himself said, well, Todd France jumped the gun and called me first. He didn't call Jerry, right? He didn't call Jerry. Right. He called Stephen. Man, look, if y'all understand that it's about Stephen, all this makes so much more sense. Jerry, I've preached this for years, is the mouthpiece, as my guy Jay Tuck said, and I agree with him. Man, if we could get Jerry just to do a weekly show just to talk, and we can hear about circumcising flies or mosquitoes or when the lights are off, the cockroaches are here. Sure, understand though, it's fodder. He's just talking, right? That's all he's doing. Stephen is the guy that's running the show. He's not going to step on his toes. He's not going to do it, and that's where we are, man. Shout out to you, Stewart, man. You today you leveled up, my friend. Absolutely, unequivocally. Let me ask y'all this. So we talked about what the press conference meant to y'all in one word, right? We kind of brought up a couple little things. There's some other things to talk about. I want to but I don't want to step on toes here. I want to go around the board here and see what maybe stuck out to y'all the most in this press conference. What did you like the most? Stuck out the most or like the most? I'm going to go reverse order this time. I'll start with you, Jade. So what did you like or what stuck out to you the most this press conference?
I like I said, I think the way that Dak handled himself was incredible. With it, he handled the questions. We spoke about it a second ago, his response about stepping up to the pressure. Pressure is a privilege. So I feel like Dak handled himself well. But I feel like for the most part, the thing I like the most about this, it wasn't just a Dak contract press conference. We got a lot of jewels about where we stand. They spoke about Dan Quinn. They spoke about addressing the defense, possible draft situations, and different things. So it wasn't really just focused on Dak and this deal, and it gave us a lot of insight of where we're headed for 2021. I mean, just from a fan perspective, we might have to pack our bags and we're headed to Oxnard because Jerry said, we got the capability to do it. We're probably going to be 100% capacity next year. And so, yeah, I like what we got from this press conference a lot more than I expected versus just, Dak signed the deal. He's going to be a Cowboy for life. Here's a new T-shirt.
Hey,
we go from there. It was like a really full-on interview, and so I think it was handled well. So,
Yeah. Mary, the one thing that stuck out the most, or the one thing you liked the most, besides how Dak was dressed and looked today.
yeah.
I saw you on Twitter. Yeah,
I was like, ooh, okay.
Hey, Dak mentioned his girlfriend a few times at the press conference.
Make sure she was there right by. Look, and properly position her between dad and brother. Oh no, you're on the look right between dad and brother. Go ahead, Mary.
Yeah. I liked how they Stephen and Jerry both kept reiterating like the leadership aspect and how important that is. And one thing that Stephen said really resonated with me. I think it was kind of one of his first questions, and he kind of brought it up voluntarily, where he said when Dak was coming into the facilities, even after the injury, he was coming in every day, getting the COVID test so he could be around the team. And they said when the team was struggling, that Mike McCarthy a lot of times would defer to him about checking the pulse of the locker room or how guys are feeling. And that's huge for, a coach to Dak is injured. He can't be on the sideline, can't be on the field. This is a new coach that's not even really familiar with him, only got to work with him directly on the field for 5 games. And he knows, he's learned so much about him already in that short time and seen it, that he was coming to him like, help me out, what's going on with this type of thing. I mean, I think that says a whole lot.
Okay, awesome. Spoony, the one thing that stuck out, the one thing you liked the most about this press conference today?
The best thing I actually liked was all right. The best thing I actually liked was how Dak took the mic and was able to break down about Dan Quinn and the defense. And basically, I believe Jerry alluded that he would have some say-so in the roster building, which some other teams having issues with their quarterback that they wish they have. So, that was, I mean, if anybody's watching from the Seattle Seahawks, but I don't mean no disrespect, but I like the fact how Dak broke it down and we're talking about Dan Quinn, the defense, how some of the players that he knows personally who play for Dan Quinn talked about the defense, X, Y, and Z. So it's like they didn't just sign a quarterback. Dak sounded like a franchise quarterback. He sounded like the guys that Romo, Troy Aikman, Roger Staubach, that you guys, you have to say so. You have the torch. So to me, it was more than just a sign. It was just the role he's gonna play on this team going forward. And that right there just got me going. I had a little tear in my eye. I told people allergies, but it's funny. It's not our money, but it feels good just to watch how he grew, where he came from. And I love the fact he made a statement talking about he hates that when people say that he gambled. He never gambled. He knew what he was getting into.
And who came right behind the head?
Clarence. Here comes Clarence. Well, Dak, when you gambled on yourself last year, you went down.
I was like,
bro, he literally just said he hates it. So I was like, bro, you're okay. Go ahead.
Right. So it's like when I seen that, I was like, oh my God, like. I mean, if Dak was a lady, I would like, we need to hang up on.
You start get the Mary eyes. Okay.
And my wife is watching. I don't mean that, sweetie. But it's just the fact how he made it just wow. Especially through all the frustrations that we all went through these past couple of months without knowing what's going on, the hints of this, the hints of that. It's like closing.
Early Monday was a hard day on Twitter.
Oh my God.
It was. Everybody was in a bad mood. Like, what is going on?
Yeah. And I'll say this: what we really saw today, it feels like we saw Dak grow before our eyes. Like it's his house now. He's no longer renting and no longer just staying. Like it's his house. He owns it, and so he gets to make some decisions, in the locker room and whatnot. So
can I play something real quick? How we all sounded Monday.
It's like, all right, I'll let you go. Yeah, go ahead.
Not Mendoza. I didn't cuss Mendoza. I was a video, but that's how it sounded. That's how. Where they at? What was going on? So
Mary, what's in that cup? I mean, and as our guy Rush Hunter just said, where are the haters? They're trying to figure out. They're trying to Tito's in the building. Yeah. Fair enough. Tito's a gentleman. Yeah. They're trying to formulate a plan and figure out their next move is what they're doing. There was a lot of great things that happened. There's a lot of things I loved about this press conference. The one thing for me personally that resonated for me, guys, and I'll let you in on, and this is going to be a little something that he said that really resonated with me personally, is that he said you get out what you put in. Right. Mm-hmm. And that's why you kind of hated the gambling or whatever. You get out what you put in. And for me, it resonated very, very, very close to home for me, because I that's kind of one of my sayings. It's kind of what I live by. It's kind of what I told people going into my own business and stuff like that. And I've had other people ask me questions about working for yourself. I'm coming up this year on 11 years of working for myself. I've had the highs, I've had the lows. I've had as many as 3 stores. We're down to 1, but we're flourishing. Things are happening. And I've had other people ask me in open businesses and ask me in the you're going to love it, what you're into it, right? And I've said that for over a decade. That's how I kind of live my life and kind of how I built myself. You'll look on Facebook and you'll see my quote, and my quote on it there is always forward. Right. And I believe in that, and I live by that. I believe in always forward. I believe in, if I put in the work, I'm going to get what I want. I can manifest it. You get in what you put out. If you don't put in, don't expect nothing out. And I think that supremely resonated with me, because he did put in, and the betting on yourself, whatever. No, he put in the work and said, no, this is what I'm worth, and these are the things that are going to happen. And and it manifested today and it wasn't what he put in with the Cowboys. To me, as he was talking about that, it's what he's put in across his life. I'm a Cowboys fan first and star over everything, but I'm going to give these flowers away. I'm going to give these roses away whenever I can. And I try to do that as much as I can with people that I love and things that are happening. And everything that he went through at Mississippi State for the mom and different things, whatever happened, to all the way through the Dallas and third and starting and losing and winning and his brother and what happened, and then the crucifixion per se from some of those that he spoke about, mental illness and whatnot. You get out what you put in, and today he signed that, and it mattered. It like what he believed in works, and I live and believe by the same thing. So for me, what resonated today, or the thing I liked the most, was that I believe by that. There it is. It happened, and I'm happy for him. And not only am I happy for him as the person, as a man, my guy Patrick Page during the live stream of what was going on is a new father, and he posted that he hopes his son, who's about 6-7 months old now, grows up to be like that. That matters. That means something. That's bigger than football, right? It's bigger than football when you got somebody that's saying that. So yeah, man, that's what resonated with me. I'm gonna get too sentimental, sorry, but I'm just saying.
But he also spoke, about the photo with him and Tad, man. It was an emotional day because a lot of people don't understand. Pretty much for the most part, granted he has his dad, but Tad is pretty much all he really has. And so that was a victory moment for the both of them. So I know a lot of people are criticizing, Tad for taking pictures with the Joneses. It's a celebration for them as a family right now. It's just like we overcome so much. And for Dak's story, him just getting drafted, that wasn't the end of the story. We can kind of put his feet up. It's still been an upward battle. And I feel like, this Monday was just, finally a time to say, you know what, we did it. We're here. Yeah. I'm going to be a Cowboy. I'm going to live my dream. And he was happy for his brother. So so salute to them, man.
Yeah. And Alan said, what's up, BJ Spoon, Mary, and Tuck? How are y'all doing? Thank you so much for all the content y'all provide to us throughout the year. God bless y'all, Cowboy Nation for life, aka we are them boys. And low key, man, that's the best thing that we could possibly hear. I will speak for all 4 of us. J Tuck brought this up. I think it was yesterday or the day before. He brought the hashtag. What was it? Mute mainstream. Right.
Yeah, mute mainstream.
I love that.
Mute the mainstream, because they do it for clicks and shits. I'm sorry for my language on that. We do it for the love and what we believe and whatnot. And hey, look, man, I kind of hit some buttons here and there, and I kind of win. You know, against some of y'all, some of these guys that are doing this content, I've been winning some bets, J Tuck and Big
I'm gonna Eagles fan bet me. I mean, I got 150 coming. An Eagles fan bet me.
Okay, there you go.
Like with them Braves, man.
He's gonna always side with Spoon, man. Spoon, I'm about to separate this tag team, bro. I'm sitting here losing with you, man. I'm going independent route, man. Wherever Spoon goes, the opposite, man. But
it was like I'm in it and I ain't in it. I don't even know. But yeah, man.
Man.
Let's
the mainstream.
But mute the mainstream, man. Listen to guys. Look, not just here. The other guys that we always talk about, we bring up, whether it's the Skywalkers, the Big Game James, right? The Law Nations of the world, Boss Cowboys, whatever. Because, man, we're bringing it to you, man. I mean, it's just, and there's others. I mean, if I let Cowboys fans only, which is J Tuck, Cowboys fan talk on Twitter, Mr. Rome, right? We was on Sid's show earlier.
Yeah, a lot of them, man.
All of them, man.
Because we're tuned
find the truth. Go ahead.
Tuned in, because if you really want to see a separation, Undisputed yesterday attempted to talk Cowboys draft talk, and they stumbled over that whole segment. Said that we should just draft a Aaron Donald type defensive tackle in the first.
Oh, so they don't know anything about
who knew J Tuck? Oh, we need an Aaron Donald.
They're just sitting there waiting. They're just sitting there waiting.
I was like, they're struggling trying to transition right now. So.
No, Stacey. We haven't talked about the cap yet. Hang on, we're gonna get there. We're still diving into. We got about 3-4 more minutes. We're gonna dive into this press conference real quick. So we kind of talked about the hims, the haws, the ins, the outs, everything. I'm gonna bring up this other point as well, and something that I liked about it. Whenever they asked Dak, can you recruit? Come on, man. And I like how you responded. just let me know. And again, and the reason I bring it up is we're getting the temperament. We heard it and everything else. And the thing that I like about it, and we're watching this. And I don't care how you feel about LeBron James or whatever the case may be, whatever. This is the LeBron James effect of things. You have a superstar. You're going to pay them. Let them have a voice. Spoon brought it up a little bit earlier. You got a Russ Wilson. Wants out because he's not getting enough. Hey, Deshaun Watson feels slighted. It's not happening. So again, for everything that we crucify the Joneses for, they got Dak in the building. They're doing the right things with Dak, right? And hey, by the way, what do you want to see happen here? And what's going on? For me, I get excited about that, guys, and I want to talk about this. Dak. Hey, Dak, who do you kind of want? Do you want to go recruit? Because we always talked about, because one of the things we talked about a lot was, well, how can you get people in the building if your quarterback's not paid? Well, now that Dak's on board and he left a lot of as we heard the pod talk, everybody rolled their eyes when Steven talked that. I know everybody, because I did. I said, oh my God, the pod talk. Oh my God, Steven, the buzzword with the damn pod talk. But he lifted that pile on the table to go do these things. And now you have another weapon in free agency and Dak to go out here and recruit. I don't think it was really talked about that yet. How do y'all feel now? And Mary, I'm going to start with you. I ain't got a chance to start with you yet, baby girl. So how do you feel now? Now Dak's in building. He's on board. He's dropped the video. He's here for life. And he's a weapon in free agency even.
Yeah. I mean, that's something we all kind of talked about in previous shows where we're like, if you don't have your QB signed, who's going to want to come as a free agent? Because it just looks bad. And it's like, first off, it looks bad. And then second of all, it's like, well, I don't even know who your QB is going to be. So why would I want to do that? So, I mean, it helps from that perspective. And it really is also because, okay, now our QB is paid and our QB is also very, very, very widely respected around the league, around pretty much every sports league. I mean, he got shout outs from so many people when he got injured, so many people when he got paid. So, I mean, a guy like him specifically, people want to be around him. Randall Cobb said one of my favorite teammates ever, a guy that's been in the league for a long time, a guy that's played, since he was young and is still in the league now. And not even with the Cowboys anymore. One of my favorite teammates ever. So Dak having that approval from him and him trying to recruit, it helps them a lot.
And he played with Aaron Rodgers, right? I'm just making sure, like Cobb played with. Right. Okay, cool. Bet. Spoonie.
And also, okay, I'm sorry, Spoonie.
Go ahead, Mary.
Devano just made me think about something because Dak mentioned culture as well. He mentioned culture on the team and how they got to get that right. And for him to no one mentioned it, and for him to recognize, like, that's something we've all been talking about as well, is the culture needs to be better. So for him to say that, that's another huge thing, and gives me that's why I'm drinking the Kool-Aid right now.
Drink that Kool-Aid.
Y'all got red lips right now.
Got the red lips. Honeymoon season is upon us. Spoonie, I'll let you backdoor that.
Well, listen, when it comes to Dak Prescott, I tell you this right now. It's reasons why, and I hate to say it, but when he went down with the injury, the impact that it had on people, and how everybody responded, it wasn't like your average, I get well, and that was it. You had people emotionally got involved in all sports besides just football. NBA, MLB, people was tweeting, and that's how much Dak meant to people, especially other players. I remember with the suicide situation, and another player from Atlanta came up to him and says, "Thank you for what you say." So
tied in Hayden Hurst.
Yeah, Hayden Hurst.
Right.
So when you hear that, when you see that, it kind of tells you how much Dak is loved, how much important he is to this team. And when you have players in the offseason, free agency, it feels like if Dak goes up to them and goes, "Hey, we got a spot for you. What's up?" Them guys may say, "You know what? I love Dak. I love the star in the helmet. I want to be a Cowboy. I'll be on TV forever if my family can see me. I'm gonna go." That's how much Dak Prescott means to this football team. And all I gotta say is this: Stephen Jones, I love you. I have a
energy check. Hold on, man. Energy check. All right, go ahead.
I have a confession.
March 10th, 2021, 8:33 p.m. Standard Time. Spoonie said he loves Stephen Jones.
And this is why I've been losing my bets, man.
Mary, clip that, screenshot that so we can come back to it.
Confession to me. It was a
wait till Xavier Woods sign and we'll see.
You know what? And you know what? That question I think was Tuck and Nick's. I believe Mary too. You asked me last week. Would I accept Xavier Woods with Dak Prescott after today's conference?
Yeah,
I would accept him. You know why? Because Dak accepts him. Okay. Whatever Dak accepts, I accept. And
what is that? Coming to America, whatever Dak likes.
Whatever Dak likes. Whatever Dak likes, I like.
All right, so at this point, what we know is
pause.
Tony, have you been drinking?
You're not done speaking anymore?
I mean, listen, I won't say I love him. I'll say,
all right, I'll too late. Can't take it back.
I approve. I really approve what Stephen Jones said today, and I think he's gonna go out there and really put this team right with the moves. But to even give it to Dak Prescott to say he has a say so, whatever he likes, I'm with it. I like what you like.
All right. Well, first and foremost, the biggest Kool-Aid on this show currently, definitely.
Oh yeah, whatever he's drinking, I ain't having that. I don't want that Kool-Aid, man. He's gonna be laid out, man. That Kool-Aid.
Look, he didn't say pause. Yeah. My God, look, Spoonie, week 10 next year. Look, no.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh man, a lot of Kool-Aid in the room. He got like a whole gallon or bottle. You know, I don't know what it is. That boy Sid's checking in. What's going on? Oh my goodness. But I mean, I don't even look. Spoon said that. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Jason,
we're talking about.
What are we even talking about? Like Spoon
about Dak having the freedom or whatnot.
Free agency to help.
Okay, bring me back.
You were on house party, man, pouring all that sugar in that Kool-Aid, man.
That's good for you.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. So yeah, but I was going to say this, until Spoon kind of just broke my train of thought. But also Stephen Jones also alluded to earlier when talking about Dak Prescott before we even signed him, became a Dallas Cowboy, about him during the Senior Bowl. About how the way he carried himself, the way the coaches saw him, and he has like this magnetic personality. And I think we see that transcends with him still to this day. And so it's a lot easier, I think, for the Cowboys standpoint to pull a free agent versus you having DeMarcus Lawrence sending like a little emoji on Twitter or whatnot, versus Dak Prescott picking up the phone and say, hey, this is what we're doing in Dallas. I did this for this reason. I want you here because I feel like with you, we can do something, incredible. And I feel like that's a polarizing effect we can have amongst your team. Because, here in Kansas City, they have that. If Pat Mahomes picks up the phone and says, I want you here. All right, bro, I'm here. I'm rolling with you. So I feel like if Dak Prescott can get to that standpoint and he now has that control, man, I'm getting excited. I'm not as drunk as Spoon though, because I want to see it in action first. I want to see that first free agent and be like, Dak reached out to me, said he wanted me here, man, and I believe the Cowboys are doing. But until that point, man, I'm kind of adding some more water to my cup. But I feel like things look a lot better, man, from the standpoint. I feel like Dak has a lot more control. We have some clarity of what we're trying to get to ultimately, and now it's really just kind of put the pieces to the puzzle and make it happen.
I think here's the thing that I like is, again, I said this, I think, leading off the show. I said it on another show. I'm going to say it again. D-Law paid. Amari, right? Your offensive line's paid. Your even if we don't draft Pitts, right? Even though draft Pitts, Jarwin's paid. All right. Zeke's paid. Now Dak is paid, right? So nobody doesn't get paid no more. We're good here. We're in the zone, right? Collins is paid, even at left tackle. Jalen, don't step on my toes. I'm saying just Jalen's paid, right? So it can just be about football, right? And those things can move forward. And the one thing that I talked about last year, Marion Spoon, y'all remember this a lot, is, and long-time listeners, you don't play with the quarterback position because that permeates throughout the locker room. Now that Dak is, and I said this before we got to today's cast and everything else, whenever Dak got the contract, he's a made man now. Be clear. He's a made man. That, like nothing else, like in the mafia, whenever you can do whatever and go through whatever until you're made by the Don, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Dak is touched. Mary, say that again.
Teflon.
He's Teflon. He's made within the star. Look, we can talk about 25 years, 26 years, the whole nine. Doesn't matter. Once you're made here, it hits different. Hey, shout out to whatever quarterback at any team that you want to talk about how they're made, they're paid, they're doing whatever. Hey, you're made here. You know what it is. It matters. And the fact that, and this is strategic on my point, the Cowboys made sure to let it be known that can go recruit and do. It's very strategic. It's reading the room, understanding what's happening. As I said earlier, the LeBron effect, if you will, and say, we paid our guy and we're going to go do what we got to do. Again, this is what I'm telling people. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. What I'm telling you is, we're going to this cap here in just a second. They will go get a big free agent this year. Mark it down. Clip this again at 8:39.
That candle lit still? That candle still lit?
Yes, the candle is still lit, guys.
8:40, March 10th. Your guy Nick is telling you, look, I told you CeeDee Lamb, right? Okay, bet. I told you Dak signed before the deadline, right? I'm telling you, Pitts as well, if he's there, he's got to get there. There's that. I'm telling you now, it's not going to be 2, 3, 4 big ass free agents, but there will be one big free agent come in on defense is going to get signed. That's where we are, and that's the Dak effect. It's culture changing. We have talked about all these different channels, all these different people that y'all follow and listen to, not just us, about the culture within Cowboys Nation. Do you think it was an accident that was brought up? No, of course not. Right. And even Dak in Tuck, you brought up, whenever Jerry got a little too left on that sermon, he got a little too left. What did Dak do?
Yeah, he checked him. He checked him because he sees there's a key moment. And Jerry Jones said, I was confident to get the deal done. It was either going to be my gift to Gab or check, and Dak said the lather, like it was going to be the check. So don't think that we're up here taking photos and we're having a good old time right now. We're going to be eating nachos. No, this is a press conference. We're going to handle it accordingly, but I'm going back to business. So don't start, pounding yourself on the chest like you got over on me or whatnot. So yeah. So Dak definitely checked it. He said, "Nah, it was the ladder. It was the money, bro. Like, don't get it twisted."
And what that means is Dak is going to be the best GM we've had in 25 years.
Right.
Period. He's the stop sign. He's whatever. However, there's some comments underneath. I'm going to get to them. I promise you. I see it. But I had to scroll back up. Hold on. Where'd it go? Because my guy dropped this, and Spoonie talked about this a little bit earlier. Spoonie definitely brought this up earlier about CeeDee Lamb. Let me see.
Oh,
boom,
yes.
there it is. There it is. Draft time said CeeDee been in the weight room going crazy. Got bigger and added more muscle. New workout video. You see CeeDee Lamb. I think somebody in this chat said, look at DK Metcalfish. Now I'm going to go that far. But here's the thing that I want to talk about. Whenever a rookie gets drafted, they haven't really been acclimated, right? No, there it is. Yeah, show him, Spoon.
That looks Metcalfish right there.
He's bigger. He's definitely bigger, noticeably bigger.
He's coming back to get them wings next year.
We got time. We got time here. We'll talk about that. We got time. I'll let you run it back. I ain't scared of money. But here's the thing about NFL season, you get onto an NFL regimen outside of college, these things happen. The biggest jump physically for any player is from rookie to second year. And my goodness, when we're looking at CeeDee Lamb, my God. Hey, and then you see like the slow motion running, the different things and how he's working right now. Man, the thing about CeeDee Lamb that I love the most that I'm seeing, forget the weight and how he looks right now. Ooh, hey, the work that he is putting in right now, just sit back and wait.
Right.
Sit back and wait. Right. But yeah, DK, the weight. Now, here's what's going to happen in Cowboys Nation, though, guys. Real quick, we'll spin it down. I'm going to get through these comments. Is CeeDee Lamb, the weight, is that going to bother his speed? All this, you know, it's coming. Y'all know it's coming. Is CeeDee Lamb's weight and his muscle, is that going to bother him, guys? What do y'all think, real quick? I'll start with you, Tuck, and we'll. Go ahead, Mary. Mary said, I saw him. I looked at him. Go ahead, Mary.
Okay, so I immediately thought about this because I guess we're all on the same page because I immediately thought about this when I saw the picture, how fans would be like, oh, is he going to be as fast? But I think with him, he's so shifty, and that's where he's so shifty and elusive, and I think that's where his greatness comes from. And I don't think he's going to lose that shiftiness and that elusiveness. So I think he'll be fine.
All right, now, let me backdoor you there, J Tug. What you think? Going to bother him?
I think a lot of casual fans have a hard time understanding that just because you gain weight doesn't mean you're getting fatter. Like there's muscle like under there. Like he's probably like 8%, 7% body fat. And I feel like, a lot of people want to bring up when it comes to weight is Ezekiel Elliott, but I feel like Ezekiel Elliott put on additional weight because of the wear and tear that we were putting on his body. So think about it. Even last year when we saw CeeDee Lamb, he took a lot of big hits. We were just like, and he got up. So now he's starting to turn into a man, add the additional size on him. But I don't think it's going to impact his game at any cost, man. He's dealing with top professional trainers. They know what they're doing. We saw the video that Spoon just posted of him doing the route tree and getting his footwork in action with the size. He's going to be able to do everything, man. So a lot of people need to relax. He will be okay if he gains a little muscle. It's football, y'all. Like, seriously.
All right, real quick. People said, let me rewind. Spoonie's drinking that Cobra. Wait a minute.
Somebody said he's drinking that 7-Eleven wine.
7-Eleven wine. Spoonie on the MD 2020.
Yeah.
Hey, man, look, man. Everybody's excited right now. They're very excited. Spoonie, right. You're the one that shared it to us and everything. And I want to say you the best for last on this. The bulk up from CeeDee Lamb. How do you feel about it?
Oh, I feel good about it. Just like Tuck said, he took some hits last year, Especially when you play over that middle, that's where you make your money at. But you got to hold on to that football. You're gonna get them hits coming. So when you feel good about your body being strong enough, you're gonna embrace them hits that's coming, and that's the main thing. Look, DeAndre Hopkins, when he came in from Houston to Houston, he wasn't that. He was small. He was type small. If you ever see him, his rookie year, he added some muscle, and nothing changed with him. So like Tuck came out and said, well, as long as you with the right trainers, and I forgot the trainer's name, but his name is King. That's one of the guys. He's very famous around the NFL. A lot of players, regardless of position, they always go to him and for workouts. And when you pay that money, invest that money, you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
You won't lose a step.
Boom. And my guy Russ Turner. Now we coined this last year. We had a T-shirt up, the whole nine. J Tuck wasn't around at the time. I was the CEO of SEO, and then we had the CFO over here in Mary Ellen. Then we had the COO right with Spoonie. We're going to have to find a position with the C for J Tuck for SEO, aka Scorched Earth Offense, aka 40 burgers for everybody. The things that we were talking about and what we were doing. Man, shout out to my guy Rush Turner, long time listener. Yeah, we're going to run it back. Trust me, the SEO talks about the turn up big time. But yeah, looking at CeeDee Lamb and getting the weight, last year I saw certain hits that he had. And I'm like, man, this dude got up.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, oh Lord, is he okay?
I was like,
I got so high.
He kind of hits you with this, and when he missed this, neither here nor there. Didn't hear about the beat.
Right.
They were trying to kill him a few times.
So him bigger. I mean, to me, I think I'll see you outside more, good sir. That's how I feel about it. I'll see you outside more, good sir. All right, look, we're going to indoctrinate right now. Our guy Matt Owen said we can do CIO or CTO, right? We can do either or. J Tuck, which one of the SEO do you want? You want the CIO or the
Wait, one is like Chief Technology or Chief Information Officer?
Investment Officer?
Chief Information
Officer or Chief Technology Officer of the SEO? You want information or technology?
I'll do technology, man. CTO.
Appreciate it. CTO of SEO.
But I will say this about CD, right? And if you go back and check me on Twitter, I always compared, if you watch The Incredibles, CD to Jack. I said, this guy is just a baby, but eventually he's going to realize how powerful he really is. And I feel like there's going to be that moment. He's going to sit back and look on the field and feel like, I am the most powerful being out there on this field. And that's what's going to get scary for a lot of teams, man. So it's going to happen. Jack, he's just a baby. He's just a baby, but he's powerful as hell. Yeah, but when he raises up, he bulks up. Jack, he can set you on fire. He can fly. He can do it all. That's going to be CeeDee Lamb, where we sit back and see his full powers unlocked. It's going to be a scary sight, man. So
I mean, and look, and Mendoza, you're not wrong. We need a swarmed Earth defense. Look, just stop. My boy Rush Turner dropping them burgers. You didn't put 40 up. That's not enough.
Hey, Rush Turner, he got paid today too.
He did.
He won a bet.
Yeah, he sure did. He absolutely unequivocally did. Again, so far into the 88 experiment with CeeDee Lamb, he's doing this thing, and I'm excited for it. And again, in our bet that we had, and I told you, I said, hey, look, year one's going to be Amari still. I said, outside of that, man, but I'll tell you what, I'm a man of my word. We can
hold off on it.
Look, Dak's back. Look, I'll tell you what, I'll run the same bet back to you. If you wanted J Tuck, I'll run the same bet back to you because anytime you're on the Madden sticks and you lose your money, you can't run out. You got to let them at least get a get back. So I'll give you the get back. Amari versus CD. Okay. And
so for those who don't know, the bet was this past year.
Wings for the Super Bowl. Wings for the Super Bowl. And my guy J Tuck blessed me with $50. Buffalo Wild Wings was running the great special. I took the pictures just enough to let him know that I ate good during the Super Bowl, and I'm more than happy to run it back and give him a chance. So Bam. We will mark it down. We're going to do CD versus Amari part 2, unless one gets cut.
Back, the rematch.
The rematch. Church says I don't want 50 burgers. Defense giving it 52. Well, they're not.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough.
Defense ain't giving it 52 now. If we're scoring 50, we're winning every. Look, if we score 50 points every game, guys, I'm telling you now, we will win the Super Bowl. Because even whenever Romo was here and we played against Peyton Manning, right, and we would have scored 52 that game, we would have won.
Right.
I promise you.
Right.
If we score 52 a dadgum game, Rush Turner for the win. Look, all the burgers.
So do we think that, I mean, since defense has been brought up, do we think that we already know they restructured Tyron, Martin, and Lyle?
There you go.
A little around 17, 18 million that they created. Do we think that Amari will get restructured or anybody else or any cuts to create more money?
I hope Chris Jones will be one of those guys.
They should get Chris Jones up out of here. Obviously, they cut the fullback as well within all that.
Yeah.
So we're sending like 17, 18 million. Here's what I think. And I looked at, let me go back to KD Drummond real quick. Man, shout out to my guy KD. Catch That Fade podcast, produced by Skywalker. Let me shoot the Jays out there real quick because I definitely shared their video with him and Patrick No C Walker talking about a little 18 million for that next year. I'm gonna touch that. If you're here, ladies and gentlemen, here's the what we call in the business a teaser. I'm gonna show you how 18 million will be Dak's tag number next year. Wait for it though. Wait for it. I'm stealing from KD, but I'm going to use it. I blessed him, I gave him love. I'm going to show you. But for sure, the monetary side, looks kind of this and that. We're good at 17, 18 right now. Now 3 to 4 million for this for the rookie class.
Correct.
We got to pivot. We got to pivot that away. But you're clear now to do some things. As soon as they want to dial into let's call a quote unquote bigger free agent, you're right there, Mary. I think you hit it. You can touch Amari. I think that's 14 million if I'm not mistaken, and you can touch D-Law for another 12 million. It's 12 or 14 either way. That's 26 million from those two guys that you can go do and get and go do what you want to do. Look, if they love Zeke so much, which I think they do, they can get money from him. Hey, look, you want to get a little bit more money? Anthony Brown, we can get rid of you. Like, there's so many different things the Cowboys could do.
Jalen, which I don't think they'll do. They could.
They're not. They're going to move him to Sam. Let's see what you have this year, and then we'll talk about Jalen last year. That's why I don't think they're going to touch Jalen's contract. Now, if they do touch Jalen's contract, here's the thing. If they touch Jalen's contract, he's going to be here longer than 1 year. Be ready. I don't think they're going to because they want to see him in Quinn's system and move forward, especially because, Mary, you brought this up with LVE. What's that fifth-year option? How much for that fifth-year option for LVE? What was that number?
So there's caveats. So he went to the Pro Bowl, but I think he was an alternate. If he was just an alternate, it's only it's over 9 million. But if he had gotten it outright by votes, it would be a little over 12 million. And I think he was an alternate, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
so that means it would be like a little over 9 million, which I think is still too rich for us, considering he's never healthy.
Right.
But I mean, we know how they are about certain players. I think he's one of those players that they might want to keep around. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did it.
Right.
But that's a little high.
Let me
That's
ask
a
you
little
guys
rich
this.
for me.
Because Stephen Jones touched on a few defensive players. Do you think those guys?
Hold on. To that question.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go to you and Spoonie. We're gonna come right back to that question. I promise you.
Okay.
We're here at 17. What's happening? The money that we can get. Where does that sit you in? How do you feel right now before we get to the other side? I know where you're going, and I like where you're going. I just want to touch this other side first.
Yeah, I agree. I think that DeMarcus Lawrence will probably be, and Amari Cooper will be probably the two that we do touch to create some space. I don't think we're going to move on from Jalen. I don't see us moving on from Anthony Brown either. So yeah, I really just feel like if we are able to restructure Cooper and also DeMarcus Lawrence to kind of get that, 20, 25 mil extra
25, 26
round take. Yeah, that will give us the opportunity to go get the Dalvin Tomlinson and maybe bring in another kind of mid-level guy, and then we'll start attacking via draft. So I feel like those will be the two that get touched if anyone else is going to get touched. So,
Spony?
Which I'm all for.
No, we're talking about free agency, right?
Mm-hmm. We're talking about what, the moves that are made. We're sitting around 17, 18 million. How do you feel? Are we going?
This isn't Spoonie's. So.
Hey, Spoonie, wait. Actually, Spoonie, I'm gonna pause you.
I can tell by his face.
I'm gonna pause. Now I'm gonna J Tuck. Hold on, I'm gonna pause you, Spoon.
Okay.
I'm gonna pause you for a second. And Tyron Church, I see your question. We're going to get to that in just a minute. I promise you. We're going to get to that. Let me run J Tuck's question because I know where he was going, and I love the question. And Spoon, I'm gonna let you go first off that because I think it's a little bit more relevant. Go ahead, J Tuck.
Yeah, so when Stephen Jones was speaking about the defense, he was talking about a few players. I think he mentioned Jalen Smith. Who else did he mention? I have it in my notes. I don't have my notes. Did he mention Jordan Lewis though? Because he's like younger guys.
No, he didn't mention Cheeto either. He mentioned like Neville Gallimore,
Tristan Hill.
And
there's like two others.
Yeah.
And he didn't mention your guys, Boom, because that's what I was listening for. So
he didn't mention Woods.
Yeah. So the question I was going to ask. So the question I was going to ask, like, do you guys think that, for the most part that we really aren't going to move on from Cheeto, and, Jordan Lewis and those guys are going to be gone now. And we're going to bring a completely new regime when it comes to the secondary and the corner position, or because I feel like once he kind of blessed those guys, that was kind of giving them a blessing that they're going to be here.
Give him a little touch, right? All right, Stoney, what do you think?
I feel good. I feel very good. Get that safety.
Okay. You know what, Spoon? Here's the thing I love about you. For going to our third year, and this is the one thing that nobody can take away from you, whether it was Route 33, the other routes, the entire nine. Bro, you have for the safety, and I love you for it. But outside of those guys that Tuck talks about, you think they're just done? Or
I mean, listen, I think Cheeto, my thing is this. For the guy that he talked about, I think Cheeto will be the guy they could definitely come back. As far as Jordan Lewis, I like him, but in my opinion, he didn't fit the scheme the last time we tried it in 18. He won't fit it this time. As far as number 25,
he's done.
Yeah, Randy Gregory was the other guy. Yeah, Randy Gregory.
Yeah, as number 25, I think he's gone and everything like that. I wish him well and onto his I wish him very, very well. But I really do think this is going to be a whole new regime. I really think they're going to sit down with Dan Quinn and Will McClay and go out there and really go shopping. Listen, Dalvin Tomlinson is available. We all know we want him. That's the fatty, right? Fatties, right? That's the.
I've been campaigning for Dalvin Tomlinson all over the place.
Real quick, Mark. No. It's not 17 plus. It's 17 over currently right now. It's not 32 total right now. It's 17 is where we're sitting at currently.
The 15 you're thinking of. The 15 you're thinking of, Mark, is we saved from not tagging him.
Right.
But so it was only 22 point something million with the contract. Tag would have been 37 point something. Right. And if we would have tagged him, we would have been like way more over the cap. Mm-hmm. So we just saved it, but it's not in addition to the 17.
There it is. So Mary, off of J Tuck's question there, what do you think?
If I could remember it, I'll answer. Sorry.
So about
Cheeto.
Run it back.
About Cheeto. I do think Jordan's gone. I thought that the last time we talked about who's gonna stay, who's gonna go. I think Steven was very calculated in not mentioning somebody like Cheeto because he knows they're in negotiations. He kind of didn't want to. Well, he knows that that's probably somebody that they're gonna try to re-sign. Right. So he didn't want to put him into the future, given that kind of thing up in a press conference like that. Yeah. Right. So I think that was strategic. I don't think it means that Cheeto won't be here.
Yeah, bouncing off of that, and the thing I look at right is the movement of all the free agents, what's happening, the cap being at 183, whatever. I've banged the table for Cheeto. I think Cheeto's a solidified number 2 cornerback in this league, and I think it behooves the Cowboys to do that, to make sure they bring him back. Is how I kind of feel. Whether they do it or not, based off of this press conference, I don't know. Based off of Jordan J Tuck's question, I don't know. I think Jordan. Look, I've said it from the beginning. I'm not going to change my stance. I think I think J. Lou is gone. I think J. Lou wants to have an opportunity to play outside. I'm going to stick by that. If I'm wrong, I will come right here. I will eat crow. Whenever LVE was good back in our first year, all three of us saying we just ate crow. It is what it is. So if I'm wrong on it, I have no problem saying I'm wrong. But I think J. Lou is out the door if the Cowboys want to keep him cool. But I think he wants the opportunity to go play outside. I don't know. I mean, Brown's been loved here for so long, just like the on the other side, the wide receiver that's been here forever. So, I guess you can save money getting rid of Brown, but you can't coach the speed that he has. A lot of these defensive moves to me are going to boil down to Dan Quinn and what he thinks. I think here's what I absolutely unequivocally believe. Dan Quinn will have more say on this defense as far as roster moves than the guy last year that they got rid of. Right. That's what I believe, because the defense last year was not very good. Again, it goes back to my thought process of they brought Dan Quinn in here to, just like they brought Mike McCarthy to get us over the hump, they brought Dan Quinn in to fix the defense. So I think Dan Quinn's voice is going to be a little bit bigger, who they keep, who they get rid of. So, yeah, I think Brown
will stay, in my opinion, because I mean, why not? Like he's not making that much, and he's serviceable. And
it's too many making or breaking you. It's too many making or breaking you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's cut the punter. And then you're good. Like we already need to. Right. We all have a consensus on we need to cut Chris Jones.
Right. And of course, we got to understand too. We can't get rid of everybody in the secondary. There's not enough draft picks.
Yeah, we need some continuity.
Somebody here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We got to have somebody here. Look, I hope it's Cheeto.
Everybody wants LVE gone and Jalen gone and Brown gone and Cheeto gone. And like, we can't do all of that. Like we need somebody on the field. We can't all be new guys and all draft picks.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Brown will stay. I think Cheeto will stay. I think Jalen will stay as well.
Oh, Xavier Woods? What do you think? What do you think, Mary? Xavier Woods? Xavier Woods back or no?
I don't think so. Antoine Woods is a possibility.
Okay, Antoine Woods. Yeah. I mean, one take per se, whatever the case it is. And as Tyron Church said, Cheeto a problem. Always hurt. Was he really that hurt before this prior season? Was he really that injury prone before this season?
Really.
Yeah, he wasn't really.
I will agree with this with you, Tyrone. I think AB's been hurt more than Cheeto.
Yeah.
I will give you that. But for the money, but for the
he's not making enough.
Right.
And if Cheeto wants to sign on for something like that, or even just slightly more, then who's going to be mad about that?
Spoony, question for you from us: is it Woods or Brown you don't want? I already know.
It's definitely Woods. It's definitely
25. 25.
It's definitely.
I keep flip-flopping on Woods. I think I keep flip-flopping on him because last time we had the go or stay, J Tuck convinced me that he was going to get signed again. But now I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid now and the Tito's.
Overhaul.
I'm like, maybe he won't stay. So I don't even know. Don't ask me about him no more.
I think we make a big move on defense in the offseason, but we will also lose a big name. I think Amari Cooper leaves. Woo! But
that's a hot take.
Hold on. He said, but that's cool. Lots of cap casualties will be available to replace him. Just my 2 cents. So let me spin the wheel of morality. I'm gonna go counterclockwise. Amari Cooper gone. J Tuck, we'll start and we'll go around the board. J Tuck,
are we talking this offseason or next offseason?
He's got to be talking right now. He says
Mark Cooper's going nowhere. Like if anyone's going to go as far as the wide receiver is concerned, it'll be Gallup. Yeah. Mark Cooper is not going to go anywhere.
You
just signed Dak. You're going to keep one of his top targets. So
yeah, Amari Cooper gone.
Oh no, I don't think so. Just like Tuck said, I think if anybody's gone, it's Michael Gallup. I mean, I don't know about anybody else. This is my opinion, but I love Gallup. I think he's a great locker room guy. I think he's a great guy on and off the field, all that jazz. But I think he's the most replaceable wide receiver we have. I think he's only ever going to be a number 2, and I think you can find that again.
Right.
So I think if you're going to get rid of somebody, if you're not going to sign Gallup, then you can easily let him walk in free agency, or if somebody wants him before the draft, you can trade him. Like Rick said, that's like Dak's number 1 weapon. He's not going anywhere, and he keeps proving his worth.
Well, he's not the number 1 weapon.
I mean,
last year. We'll get to the bench this year. He was number 1 last year. That's all that really matters.
And even, we saw him with multiple QBs, and he still got those yards. I mean,
yards. Come on, man. 4 different QBs, live 100. Oh, come on. Keep talking to me. I love it. I love it.
QBs over 1,000 yards. I mean,
that's a lot to ask a rookie to take on, man.
He earned his money, so I'm saying.
My boy Jay Tuck on that Kool-Aid and saw CD Lamb with that shirt off. It's oh yeah, go Tom. Spoon. Amari Cooper is Mark.
Oh no, he's staying. Amari should staying. End of the day, that was Stephen Jones's first biggest move ever. Was trading that first round pick for him. He's only 24, 25 years old. Still young. He's still one of the top receivers in the NFL. And end of the day, we saw the Super Bowl. You can never have too many weapons.
Right.
And the TV deal is going to kick in 2 years. They're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. Even if they want to be signed Gallup, they can be signed Gallup if for the right price. For the right price. They can. But nah, that's not going on. That's not going nowhere.
Let's pivot a little bit. So, real quick before we get into this question, right? Let's be clear. They have restructured multiple contracts, right? Offensive line wise, Tyron, Martin, right? Collins. They cut Jamal Awuzie, the fullback. We're sitting at around 17 to 18 million in cap space currently, right? So we're going to pivot a little bit. Keanu Neal looking more and more as a Cowboys free agent safety pickup option. Okay, well, why? Because he played with Dan Quinn, right? Let's talk about that, right? Dan Quinn brought him in. Everything happened, injuries, whatever be damned. Keanu Neal. All right, so let's ask the question. Keanu Neal, is Keanu Neal a guy that you want to add to this Cowboys roster? I'm going to go clockwise this time. I'll start with you, Spoon. Keanu Neal, are you because you are the safety savant in all the hashtags and everything else. So Keanu Neal, how do you feel about Keanu Neal? You want to bring Keanu Neal in?
I mean, I don't mind. The thing is that then you would have to put Donovan Wilson at the free single high, and then Keanu in the box. We all wanted Donovan to play the box more. It's not like Donovan can't play free safety; he could do both. But listen, Keanu knows the scheme. I've always loved familiarity when you're gonna have a whole new defense. You want to put some guys in who's familiar with the defense. Listen, if he wants to come wear that star in his helmet and they're comfortable with Donovan Wilson play that single high safety, I'm with it.
Mary, Keanu Neal, you buy or sell?
I could buy it because of the connection. Still young. And if I heard you correctly, this is my thoughts. He can play both safety positions. I mean, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Especially, I mean, he's gonna all the guys that all of us were mostly salivating over
They're tagged.
have been
They're out.
tagged.
Right.
So I
Even
mean,
the Saints, like Cap Hill, they can't
Yeah,
sign nobody before they tag their
Exactly.
safety.
Malik Hooker, there's a lot of injury issues with him. And so I think, Keanu O'Neal is a better option than what we are used to. And it will be better than a safety that we could get in the draft.
Okay. Jay Tuck, Keanu O'Neal, are you buy or sell?
Yeah, I am. I would say a buy. And I feel like the concern for a lot of Cowboys fans, and honestly self-included, is how does he really fit with Donovan Wilson? As we mentioned, are we going to shift Donovan Wilson to be more of the free safety or whatnot and put Keanu O'Neal in the box? But I feel like what Keanu O'Neal could really be is he's familiar. Got the drink. He's familiar with Dan Quinn's scheme, but I feel like he can be a bridge for one of these rookie safeties that we could possibly take on day 2. So, get some guys back there who knows your scheme, who's familiar with it. And if you were to get like a Darius Washington from TCU to kind of plug him in to let him get his feet wet, that would kind of be your bridge for the opportunity. Because we also have to take into consideration is what if Donovan Wilson takes a step back? So we also need some insurance policy, and we don't have a lot of depth at that safety position to begin with, because if we're going to get rid of Spoon's guy, that pretty much leaves the cupboard bare. There's going to leave the cupboard bare. So I feel like, you could bring in Keanu O'Neal, because you think about it, what did we do last year? We brought in HaHa Clinton Dix. That didn't work out. We had Thompson, Woods, Wilson. So that was 4 pretty much. And then possibly Reggie Robinson. So it's pretty much like considering 4 to 5 in a rotation. If we move on from what we currently have, that'll probably leave us at one, honestly, Wilson. And so, I would definitely bring in Keanu O'Neal, plug him in there, and then let him kind of be the bridge until we can find like a true free safety. Because I don't think he's that. He's not the single high guy.
Right.
But
no, I'm with you. I mean, I'm torn on this, and I said this on Twitter. I'm torn on this because he's a box safety. He's not a free safety. He's not a land shark. And I look at Donovan Wilson. I'm like, well, Donovan would be a better free safety than Keanu O'Neal. That's what I do believe. But I think Donovan has proved his worth, as strong safety. I'm not sure I want to move off of that. So, but again, back on Tuck's point, Reggie Robinson's back to corner. Man, we need bodies.
Right.
Yeah, Should I go try it out?
You might need. But I'm like, but does Keanu O'Neal want to be just a body? And therein lies the conundrum of what we should do at safety. For me, and look, I'm gonna grab my guy, and I talked to this earlier in a different group, and my guy Matt Owen just brought it back up. Am I wrong? I brought this up in the group chat. Matt Owen's bringing it up right now. Am I wrong? Can we not circle back to Anthony Harris? I know we talked heavy about him before he got tagged last year. He's a free agent now. Can we circle back there?
Yeah.
Like I look at Anthony Harris and Donovan Wilson. I'm like, okay, we're good. Look, I don't care what safety we get in free agency. We still should draft one. I mean, let's be clear. The numbers tell us.
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
The numbers tell us that. But for me, I'm just like, does Neal work here? Or do you want to get rid of Wilson? Because I just don't know. Like when you look for me personally, I've looked at the tape. I went through it. Shout out to my guy Mendoza. He's been on Neal. I think he was on Neal even before the season got through, to be honest with you. But I'm just like, do we think? Let me spin this question around, and I'll start with you, Jason, and go counterclockwise. If we talk about a single safety high situation, this 3-4 under, this scheme, right? We know about the Earl Thomases and the Cam Chancellors and whatnot that was in the Dan Quinn scheme, right? Keanu O'Neal was over there as well, so on and so forth. Do you think Donovan Wilson can beat Earl Thomas in this scheme?
Well, it's funny you just mentioned the name because I saw the name in the chat, but no.
Just is he serviceable?
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry, I don't want to put.
But I don't.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Let me backpedal. Hold on, let me check my backpedal real quick. Hold on, I'm sorry. I don't think he'll be Earl Thomas, but can he be a single high safety in this league?
I don't think that's his strong point. I think what his strong point is being down in the box, and it's with the Keanu O'Neal, it's like the same thing. So they're pretty much kind of a mirror match. And it's like, and I feel like unless we're gonna have bona fide, solidified cornerbacks, we can't just talk whoever. Because we've been trying to plug this, just put whoever back there at free safety. Take a corner and plug them back at free safety, or take a a strong safety and just toss them back there. We need someone who really has a nose for the game that can cover, especially in a single high, man. Because if you're gonna come out and let's say we do get a Surtain, there's going to be some growing pains there. We probably know what Diggs is going to be, but yeah, we need someone we can really trust to be back to the cover, so we're not going through the same issues that we had early in the season last year. So, but we need bodies. That's the thing. So I feel like, with the Keanu O'Neal, maybe he wants to come in for maybe a 1-year deal or maybe a short-term deal to come to Dallas so he can get back into the market and see what his real value is. So I'm all for it, but at this point, I don't see how him and Donovan Wilson actually work on the field at the same time.
Mary?
No, same. I mean, I agree with what everything Tuck said. He stole my thoughts.
Consider my Kool-Aid.
I mean, does he bring more speed to the team? I mean, there's just different things that we talk about. Spoony, Neil, yes or no for you? You're the safety spot here.
Yeah,
you're for safeties.
Yeah, I'm with it. Listen, I'm with it. It's like I said, Donovan Wilson, he's versatile. He could do both. But preferably, I know we want him down in the box. But the guys that we actually wanted to pair him up with, they all been tagged.
Right.
They all been tagged. So it's between Neil, John Johnson, Malik Hooker.
Right.
Harris. I mean, I like Hooker. I do like Hooker. But if we get Hooker because of his past injuries, just go out there in the draft and get somebody just in case.
Right.
I should scare you though, Spoon.
Unless we want to trade.
That's what I'm saying. Who should you trade? Yeah. Right.
Trade. Yeah. Here. Ryan chimed in and said, let's hear y'all's thoughts on trade Boston next.
I'm just wondering, why it's so hard for him to keep a job.
Stick, right? Yeah, hard for him to stick. I mean, he puts up good numbers of different things. The last 2 times he was a free agent, I wanted him here in Dallas.
Yeah.
To me, it screams a Dallas signing. He's 29. He's played free safety. It just kind of screams to me. Like I said, I tried to get him before he went to Arizona. He went to Arizona. They drafted some guys. Things happened. He went back over here to Carolina. Again, I've tried to get him on here. I don't know what the business is. I should probably delve deeper into it because I didn't – when he went to Arizona, I just blocked him. And I don't know what happened in Arizona. Because when he was a free agent, I was like, oh, let's go get him. And I delved in. This is the guy. He went to Arizona, and then I blocked him since then. I don't know what he did in Arizona. I don't know how he did in Carolina, just being honest.
Right.
But, I mean, Trey Boston, again, he's available. I mean, anybody?
We signed Dak long term. We can't afford him. Remember that.
We took a free agency because we can't afford nobody. Yeah, go ahead. But Trey Boston.
Yeah, but the guy to go for you said, man, should kind of scare you, Spoon, because like I said, would you rather have a Trey Boston kind of float around that you're unknown with, or just re-sign your in-house guy who you're familiar with that you drafted?
Mr. Woods.
Don't start that.
I'm just saying the guys that we kind of pinpointed as being options, they've been tagged. So these lists, as far as free safety wise, is getting less and less. And so it's just like, I'm just kind of thinking from your guy Stephen Jones's standpoint, would you want to take a risk and bring in a guy, Trey Boston, who you're unfamiliar with, who's kind of floated around, versus a guy you already know you drafted pretty much at the same price, if not cheaper, and just plug him back in the rotation as you try to build this bridge and get maybe a guy in a draft? But
I mean, okay. So Trey Boston or no? Y'all go no, yes or no? Trey Boston get married? Yes or no on Trey?
I don't think so.
Yes or no? Okay. Spoony, all keepers of safeties
over Woods. Yeah.
All right. About Woods, just in general. Yes or no?
Yeah. Ask Spoony how many percentage he gives on a play, and then he'll.
I see this. I buys it with Trey because he's been a journeyman. Every time every time he's been a free agent, people always wonder why. He's played good on teams, and my thing is that with the Cowboys, good surroundings and stuff like that, he could play good with us. So I'll buy it.
All right. I mean, bring him in, draft somebody, and let him go. Whatever. What do you think about this? I mean, obviously, Kenny Vaccaro got released from the Titans.
Yes.
Are y'all a buyer of Kenny Vaccaro? J Tuck, Kenny Vaccaro.
Yeah, I'll be in for Kenny. Yeah.
Okay, Barry, you okay with
Kenny? I'm in for Kenny. I like Kenny.
Okay, so out on Trey, in on Kenny. Spoon, Trey or Kenny?
Between Trey and Kenny.
Boom. As my guy, Florida Cowboy, just said, I want a true free safety. Brother, you're speaking my language. Right. I want a land shark. I want a land shark. That is
need one too.
That is unequivocally where I'm at. Rush Turner with the new hashtag, Spoony, for you. Only thing was you got to put an X in front of it. I don't know about Antoine Woods for sure.
Spoony said if Dak like it, he like it.
Right,
so
right.
We'll see.
If Dak likes
if Dak approves of it, I'll let it slide. Let it slide for season. For season.
We got Mendoza with the Boston over Kenny for me. We got Ryan checking in talking about Kenny V can't cover it all. Solid heckler though. Sounds like Keanu O'Neal all of a sudden, right? Mm-hmm. It just kind of sounds like Keanu O'Neal. I mean, again, we need bodies though, guys. We need bodies. Now
we're definitely beggars, so we can't fully be choosers.
Mary, I see you. Now we
but is that part of our issue though?
Oh well, yeah.
I mean, here's the thing:
the safety position, because you get any kind of safety back then, like, oh, we got this, because we haven't had one in solo, because we're excited about Ha Clinton Dix last year. Oh, we bringing in Ha,
yeah.
and we're kind of desperate.
I mean, I do get that, but it just so happens now that the best guys aren't going to be on the market unless we're going to trade.
Right.
So
you're a trader.
I mean, I told y'all, now the Dak signed, I'm like, do it.
Right. We got 10 of them picks, man.
Give something up. I'm all in now. I'm ready.
Look, Carl Joseph, hot button topic for us last year. Talking about trading for him, do whatever. I mean, he's a free agent. Are we a Carl Joseph guy this year? Are we out? Spoon, I'll start with you, Carl Joseph.
I'm out.
I'm out, yeah. We're married. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm in. Lone Wolf.
I'm out.
Lone Wolf. Sure. Signing. Because I don't care who we sign. A, we need bodies. B, we're going to draft somebody anyways. Man, yes. Bring me Carl
What
Joseph.
about Earl Thomas, like my boy Matt Owen said?
Can we revisit the Earl thing or not?
Sure, we have before. Hey, if Dan Quinn gets the check mark, let's do it.
Maybe Quinn is about that life. Let's see what he wants.
Okay, look. All right, so let's go around. Let's spin the wheel again, guys. Let's do it. Earl Thomas. I mean, we tried for 2.5 years. Is it Earl Thomas time officially in Dallas? Mary, I'm gonna start with you.
I mean, you know what? Dan Quinn connection. The leader is back in the locker room. He's Teflon.
Oh,
Earl ain't gonna be acting up in there. He ain't gonna try to slap nobody. Boom, bring him on.
You know what? Mary said the right thing. I'll tell you what Mary said. Mary said the leader's in the room and he's Teflon.
Right.
It don't matter. Spoony, go ahead, sir.
Teflon Dak.
Let's go Route 29.
Okay. Is it Earl time?
Yes, I'm going with Earl Thomas. Listen.
Earl Thomas.
I'm with Earl Thomas on this. Knows the scheme. He's a leader. You know, even though we know he took a year off of football. But you get Earl Thomas, you can still draft your young guy. And Earl could be that solid bridge into the new guys ready. So I'm with that.
All right, J Tuck, Earl Thomas time.
I'm all on board. Just like Spoon and Mary mentioned, man, it's a cheap investment that we can probably make. Bring him in. He's familiar with the scheme. You know, he wants to be in Dallas. I'm sure after sitting out a full year of football, he's going to want to get back. And there's really no downside to it because we can also sign him and then draft the younger guy. And doesn't work out, we can move on from there. But instead of trying to get a Trey Boston or maybe a Carl Joseph, kind of float around with these mid-tier guys and maybe get an Earl Thomas, let's go get Earl Thomas while he's sitting on the couch. Because I feel like somebody this offseason is going to make a move for him. So why not us? We better be earlier than late. So Earl Thomas.
No doubt. I think for me, I'm a Patrick Peterson guy. I've said this before on different shows. I've said this on different things. We got Ryan up here too. He said he's more than willing to go to free safety. We have a guy named Joe Witt that coached a Charles Woodson to make that move in Green Bay to free safety, and then you kind of cover yourself because if I need Patrick Peterson to play cornerback, if I need him to, he can still do it. So
yes,
I would love.
I like that too.
I would love Patrick Peterson in here, but here's where I'm going to disagree with Ryan. Me and Ryan are best friends. We have discussed a couple of different things, and we kind of line up on stuff. Here's where I'm going to pivot myself to Earl Thomas real quick. Let me hold on. I can't want to say this. Spoony, put it back up. Put it up, Spoony. Put it up, Spoony.
Okay.
All right.
Put it up, Spoony. Get it up. Did Patrick Peterson play for Dan Quinn? One. Yes or no? Nope. No. Earl Thomas did, though.
Right.
Earl Thomas knows the defense. Earl Thomas had a year up to really just be healthy. Earl Thomas is a natural safety. I don't have to worry about Patrick Peterson moving and so on and so forth.
Right.
Hey, look, if Dan Quinn, here's where I'm at. If Dan Quinn says, bring me Earl Thomas, I'm all in. I'm all in on Earl Thomas, man. Because also, here's what I also believe. Earl Thomas will be very much cheaper than Patrick Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't think spend big money back end. I think the big money's coming on the front end. Look, Dan Quinn, defensive line coach before he went and everything else. I think it's Dalvin Tomlinson or somebody of that ilk, or maybe a linebacker. So yeah, no. Look, who's going to sit here, Cowboys Nation, and say, "Oh, well, here's our big two signings: Dalvin Tomlinson and Earl Thomas." Who's bitching, moaning, and complaining with that?
Right.
I'm dancing around.
Say it again. You're not doing what?
I'm dancing around like I'm gonna, like, the draft's gonna come and I'm just gonna be like throwing money somewhere. I'm gonna be making it rain. I don't know what I'm doing. It's gonna be Tito's involved. Like, I'm just gonna be like, we just gonna party during the draft because we filled some good needs in free agency. And now we're about to
Matt Owen, Earl's
29. And what will we have to lose? What will we have to lose if we did bring in Earl Thomas? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Low risk.
Hey, look,
high reward.
His 2019. Look, Matt Owen, tell them for the people in the back. Elite. Whatever happened up there in the offseason, whatever, yada, yada, who cares? The last time he was on the field, elite. He's not 35, 36, 37. Let's be clear. He can still play in this league. And if it's a Dan Quinn guy, there won't be no communication errors. There won't be an issue with what's going on. Here's my thing, guys. Let me hit y'all with this. Here's what I think for everybody in the chat. And look, and I'm going to do it right now. Here's what I'm going to do. Let's be clear. We're talking about Dan Quinn guys. That's what we've done for the past 10, 15 minutes. We're talking about Dan Quinn safeties, right?
Right.
Keanu O'Neal versus Earl Thomas.
Right.
Earl.
What are we really talking about here? What are we really talking about here? And Earl Thomas isn't that much older than Keanu O'Neal.
Right.
All right. So I got a question. Hold on.
Come on, Mary. Bring
this is somebody that Patrick Walker has claimed that the Cowboys might have interest in. We haven't mentioned his name yet. Richard Sherman.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's walk it out.
And he loves Dak, by the way. He was one of the ones that spoke up. He was like, he's one of my, he's like one of the top players, blah, 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 all that jazz. So
I mean, Sherman. All right. Jay Tuck, Spoon, who wants to go first?
I'm out on the Sherman thing, and I see the chat talking about Earl Thomas being washed and over the hill. If Earl Thomas is washed and over the hill, then what is Richard Sherman? Like, Richard Sherman is far over the hill, and the reason why I don't think Richard Sherman will be a good fit is because not only he's not going to give us that much upside as far as playing the cornerback position, but we all know Richard Sherman's uncontrollable, and Jerry's not going to like that. Jerry's not going to like Richard Sherman just popping off at the interview saying whatever he feels, whatever's going on. I feel like he's too much a risk for the Dallas Cowboys, so I don't think the Cowboys will bring in Richard Sherman. I feel like Earl Thomas, he fits more of the Cowboys mold because he's trying to get back to something. And so I feel like, that will give Jerry the opportunity to kind of sell the story, have a redemption type of reward thing. You have Dan Quinn can kind of control him, Dak's the leadership. So I feel like there's more value in bringing in Eric Thomas versus a Richard Sherman. I really don't know what does Richard Sherman really bring to this team. I would prefer, as the chat just said, I would prefer just bring Cheeto back and go from there. So,
right. I think Sherman, like we saw it last year, the step. He was never the fleetest of feet or foot, however you want to call it. And we saw last year, it wasn't very good. Sherman, I'm cool.
Right. So what is he going to bring to us? Like, I don't.
Yeah. I mean, he's good. I mean, we're talking about moving Sherman to quote unquote free safety. Give me Patrick Peterson at that point.
Well, no, I wasn't.
Yeah. I'm taking Mary. I'm taking Mary.
I'm with Mary. I'm just saying, even if you're even if you're talking about moving him to free safety, I'm still out. I'm just out on Sherman. Period. At this point,
I'd rather keep 25 than Sherman safety.
Wait. Say that one more time for the people in the back.
I'd rather keep 25 Woods.
Say his name. No, you say his name.
I'd rather his name. Jimmy Woods than Richard Sherman at safety. Listen, no way.
We damn sure gonna get 52 put up on us at Sherman.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of Neil over Earl Thomas. I'm getting a lot of in the chat. We're getting a lot of Neil over Earl Thomas.
But not it can't be from a football perspective.
Never helped.
It can't be from a football perspective, though. You can't say Neil is better than Earl Thomas, the football player. You want to talk about the off-field stuff? Okay, you can get me there, but from a football perspective, safety per safety, we're not doing that.
Listen, I think a lot of folks look at the age too, because Neil's about 26, 27 years old.
26, 27. Right, 32.
Yeah, he's about 32, but here's the thing.
He'll be 32 when the season starts.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, he's not that much. Like, in layman's terms, he's fine still.
Yeah, Earl's a good bridge. He's a great bridge for a young safety to get drafted by the Cowboys and come in there and, go to work. When it all boils down to it, and here's another factor. People are factoring this. Donovan Wilson, this is his third year. Next year, you got to think about paying him. Stephen Jones is not going to, I don't think he will double dip and pay 2 price safeties. It's not going to do that. So what I would do is Donovan Wilson, I want it to be the guy that gets the bag. Right. So you're going to bring in a guy like Earl Thomas to be a bridge for a young safety. That young safety, you have to worry about him for another 4 years to get paid. So
No, you're good. Just go ahead. You're good.
Yeah. So I'd rather go with Earl and draft him a young safety than to even think about, because then think about that Stephen Jones gives the bag to a safety this offseason, but he won't retain Donovan Wilson. So Donovan Wilson is pulled out.
Bad. All right, so I want to get to this, and we got 2 more questions. We've been an hour and a half. I'm sorry, it's ran a little long. We'll get out of here. Barry Church, because he's paying attention to DallasCowboys.com. Nothing wrong with that. Said stop labeling safeties. Okay, Tyron. All right, Mr. Church. Let's backdoor Barry. Stop labeling safeties. Okay. That on the surface to me sounds fantastic. It does. But if you can't drop in coverage, who cares? Right? Hey, so let me ask you this, Church, and I'll see your response, and we'll spin the wheel. Right? So if I have let me see. Let me pick a guy. I got a honey badger. Do I want to put the honey badger in the box? Is that where I'm at? I want to put the honey badger. I want to put him in the box I want to make sure we have more in the box with the honey badger, or do I want to take a I don't know, oh, hey, look, the free agent Keanu Neal and put him in the box. Like the labeling of safeties, that sounds great because everyone will say, well, you can't hit the guy the same way. There's certain things you can't do anymore. But low key, when you have teams playing a single high, like don't tell me, look, like let's be clear, Barry Church was on our team. And I'm using Barry Church because he was on our team. Was Barry Church a single high safety? Was he a land shark?
No.
Could he do what you needed to do? Like, come on, let's be clear. We can stop labeling them. That's fine. Okay, but if you get a Keanu Neal here with Wilson, what are we really talking about? The biggest problem with the GOAT, tongue in cheek, don't jump on me, Heath, was they tried to play me a strong safety.
Well, man, you read my mind. I was literally about to say Jeff Heath. I mean, keep going. But I was thinking about Jeff Heath as you were talking. I'm like,
because Heath's speed and what Heath did was better for free safety. He was your land shark. Hey, everybody says, "Oh, look at Heath in Vegas. Look what he did." I'm like, yeah, because they moved him. They gave him the right position. So no, that's like saying left defensive end and right defensive end are the same thing. Like, stop labeling defensive ends. That's bullshit. Left tackle and right tackle, right tackle are the same thing in this book. There's a difference. There's a difference between what safeties do. I'm sorry.
Outside corners, inside corners, like Sam, like it makes a difference, and it's not like Madden. You can just take a football player.
We don't run a split cover. That's the problem. Like, there will be split coverages at times. We play single high. Who's going to play single high? Go ahead, Tuck. I'm going to get off that.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, I was just saying, like, you can't just plug interchangeable pieces at any position. It doesn't work that way. You can't just take 4 safeties and say, you know what, you're going to play a free. I feel like that's been the Cowboys' problem. I mean, they were spoken about, maybe shifting Reggie Robinson back to, playing free safety. That's not his natural instincts. You have to have instincts playing back there. That's what makes the Honey Badgers so great, because they're back there, they're scanning the field, they're able to cover. And we saw, like you said, we posted the video of what CeeDee Lamb, these wide receivers, they're turning their damn animals. You got to have someone active that can actually cover. And so,
I mean, some people can do it all, but not everybody can.
Man, that's what makes them special. There you go, Mary. Talk to them.
Right. Yeah.
Not everybody. The problem with the Cowboys for years has been that they want that position flex too much, and they put people out of position every single time, whether it's on the offensive line or the DBs or the linebackers. They do it so much, and then we're mad and we're like, oh, they're overpaid. And it's like, this guy is not playing what he's good at.
Right. Mary,
put Jamal Adams at single high and see what happens.
Bro, and look, Jamal Adams can't play single high. You already know. And look, we already have Jamal Adams light here in Donovan Wilson. But Mary, to back to your point, we had a guy here in Byron Jones, year 1 cornerback. Pretty damn good. Oh, he's a safety. We ran that rail of safety. Then we got Chris Richard here. Said no. Day 1, Chris Richard showed him and said he's a corner. And you saw what he did, and he left and got paid. Look, this year we're getting a 3rd round pick for him, and you saw what he did. So like this idea of safety. Look, until we're playing unequivocal cornerbacks at safety, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we kind of dipped our toe in here. Look, we did our toe. Isaiah Sims a little bit last year. We're kind of dipping our toe into the Joker, Jeremiah from Notre Dame this year. Is the defense evolving some? Yes. But to say safeties are the same, nobody's going to take and sign. Forget the Cowboys. Nobody's going to sign Keanu Neal and ever ask him to play single safety high. It's S9, S10, S11. It's not what he does. Now, Wilson could do that more than him, but is it beneficial to the defense? Again, this is why I don't care. Look, guys, I don't care about the secondary. Let me hold on. Wait, let me like this.
I definitely care more about the defensive line. 100%.
There you go, Mary. Talk to him, Mary.
We need that one tech. We need that defensive tackle. Steven, Jerry, Dak, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Defensive tackle, one tech, Dalvin Tomlinson, please, Lord
Right.
Jesus, make it happen.
Real quick, hey,
I will
real
cry
quick,
real
quick.
tears.
Hey, watch this real quick. Let's run a. Let me look. I'm gonna pivot off of this. I'm not gonna go too deep. I'm gonna pivot. Just ask y'all some questions. The Super Bowl team, winning team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right?
Right.
Can you give me 4 guys on the front 7, or can you give me 5 guys in the secondary? Go.
Oh, the front 7. Front 7.
Yeah.
Oh, wait for it. Yeah, J Tuck, what you got? You can you give me 5 guys? Look, forget that. Wait. Because people say, well, I'm cherry picking. I'm doing too many. Look, there's 4 secondary guys. Actually, low key, secondary is low key. The base defense is a nickel, right? Base defense is a nickel. So that's 4 for the people in the back. 4 D linemen, 2 linebackers, 4 DBs, right?
Right.
When it comes to the Bucks, I'm gonna take linebackers out the realm. Can you give me 4 defensive linemen versus? Yeah, I'm gonna take linebackers out. Can you give me 4 defensive linemen? How many 4 D linemen versus 4 DBs can you give me when it comes to the Bucks?
I can't give you those DBs.
I don't know the DBs.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest.
That's about it. Yeah.
Can somebody give me some D line? Can somebody give me the D line?
Yeah.
How about the D line though?
Shaq, Sue, Vita.
Vita.
Yeah.
Who's the other one? Old school. Oh, there you go, Jay. Look. In less than a minute, we were able to cobble together the 4D line.
Oh yeah, Eliezer. He brought up Winfield.
Yeah.
Winfield.
Okay, Winfield. Yeah, I don't care over here. We talking right here.
Yeah.
Winfield's a safety, rookie safety.
Rookie safety.
Give me 3 more. Give me 3 more. Who's the starting quarterbacks for the Tampa Bay Bucks without Googling? Real quick. Somebody help me.
You know that your pass rush helps your pass coverage, but you know.
Yeah.
Your front 7 makes the coverage better.
I mean, I can't. I seriously don't know.
And that's what I keep trying to explain. You think about it as we caught in trail towards the end of the year, our secondary played better once we were able to start getting pressure up front. We started seeing things turn around. So, I mean, I think from an exciting standpoint, I feel like cornerbacks are like the wide receivers of the defense. That's why everyone's kind of like filming for one.
And watch this. Winfield's the damn beast, though. And I
wanted Winfield so bad.
Watch this. And wait for it, though. Wait for it, guys. Wait for it. I don't disagree. I love Winfield, right? Yeah. Bloodline, dad in the league, right? Minnesota Viking, everything else. Hey, real quick, did Winfield play in the NFC championship game?
Nope.
No.
Oh, he was hurt, right?
He was hurt. He didn't play. Guys, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. If
I'm not mistaken, too, another one of their secondary guys got hurt early in the game.
Mary, talk to him. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Guys, again, it took us less than a minute to name the 4 starters. There's 4 and 4. 4 and 4. 4 DBs. 4 D linemen. The only reason everybody brought up Winfield was because the Cowboys wanted him. I've not yet. Let me scroll. Let me look. Is anybody else brought up another? Anybody know another cornerback, DB, safety? Anybody?
David.
There we go.
Yeah,
of course,
Mendoza always.
Mendoza. Outside of Mendoza, who else? Bro, it's like
he's an anomaly. He's in Mendoza.
Right.
Is an anomaly.
It doesn't matter. Your front 7 has to be fixed, and that's our problem here in Cowboys Nation. You know,
right?
It just says, look, flip the script. The team that lost the ball, right? High price. Look. We all want Chris Jones. I mean, Chris Jones is amazing.
Right.
Fair enough. Hey, look, 2 of their starting linebackers we didn't pay. Wilson, Hitchens, they're there. They've been absolutely fine. Won a Super Bowl, got back to a Super Bowl. Go to the secondary. They had the Honey Badger. They even had Juan Thornhill that we passed on to say Tristan Hill. Who's their outside corners? Who's their outside corners? Who's the outside corners in Kansas City?
Was it
Breland?
Oh yeah, Rashad Breeland is there.
Yeah,
right?
You got Breeland. Okay, who else? Well, is Breland a top 10 corner? Is he a top 15 corner? Where is Breland? Is he a top 20 corner?
Don't they have what's his name?
They got Ward. They got Chavius Ward, who he has.
Yeah, Ward.
There you go. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Again. I have preached this.
I mean,
years.
the D line is
I've preached this for years. I don't care about the corner. Look, it's in between the hashes, strong down the middle, guys. That's what we got to get. That's why go get you a Dalvin Tomlinson. It helps us tremendously. Again, you just look at the Bucks D line. Man, you had look. Remember now, they got JPP from a trade, right? And then Shaq was a free agent. Whatever. They drafted Vea. Fair enough. They got Sue. And they got Sue in free agency. Right. But their D tackles, that run defense is so good, you got to do whatever, and they can get pressure. And it's just those things, and that's where we got to get middle defense, and they're good at linebacker, Levante David, Patrick White. Then you go to the safety. They added, because just like they added the tackle Wirfs over there in the first round, they added Winfield, whatever. Our defense has to get better down the middle, and that's what it boils down to. But at the end of the day, like this idea of, cornerbacks, and this is why I'm out on cornerback at 10. I really don't care. Because when they won the Super Bowl, Maurice Claiborne was a starting quarterback for them when they won the Super Bowl. Like, I don't really care. Like, I love Diggs. Look, I want to bring Cheeto back. And all that. I don't care. But outside of that, I mean, we'll get people to play outside because teams attack you. Tom Brady, for the entire 22 years or 50 years he's been in the league, he throws the ball in between the hashes. Look, Patrick Mahomes, when he won the Super Bowl, he had 75 at most. It was under 75. It was somewhere between 70 and 75. I don't remember how many, but between 70 and 75 attempts, not completions, attempts outside. That's why I'm Pitts guy, because he attacks the middle of the field.
I mean, this has kind of been my point. And see, I'm not fully Pitts hive like the rest of y'all. Like I'm
right.
See, I'm okay with Pitts. I'm okay with offense at 10, wide receiver or Pitts. I'm okay with it. But this is why I'm not fully like all the fans that are like, okay, you draft offense at 10 and then you're automatically, your team's going to lose because your defense is still trash. No, like a cornerback at 10 isn't going to put us over the hump for our defense.
Nope.
It's not going to do it. What matters the most is getting more efficient and at our strength, which we already know is offense, and also our defense, the middle, the D line, getting better there. And then the other things, once we take care of those things, then we can worry about, what are we doing on the back end? It's important, and we've all wanted a safety for a long time, but is it reach at 10 for a safety or reach at 10 for a corner, even if there's a better player there for another position? No.
Right. And also taking considerations to copycat league. So what did you just mention next? Tampa Bay. So a lot of people are going to take what Tampa Bay did and go against what they did to the most explosive offense in football was the Chiefs and say, you know what? I can try to duplicate that. And I feel like the Cowboys can. We have our two edge rushers in Gregory and Lawrence. Now let's plug up the interior, get some linebackers to flow, maybe add an additional free safety and go from there. But I feel like for the most part, if we can get pressure, it causes chaos, and our corners can cover a lot better if they're not covering, for 5 to 12 seconds down the field. So, yeah.
And again, if people forget, like their O-line was decimated going into the Super Bowl, and those things mattered. But I mean, look.
That's why tag team, me and BJ said that Tampa was going to win.
Tell them, Mary.
Boom,
Mary,
bro. Kicking ass, man.
I want more money on that too. Tell them, Mary. Tell them, Mary. Bro, O-line, D-line, Matt. Look. Look. We're over 100 years, right? We had a couple years ago, right? It's the 100-year anniversary of the NFL. At the end of the day, it's line of scrimmage. O-line, D-line is how you do this thing.
Right.
Look, as good. Look, and low key, and let me be quaint, if you will. Use that Q word, one of those few Q words, quaint, if you will. I've watched the NFL consciously for over 25 years. Well, hell, that's a lie. That's about 35 years. There hasn't been a more look. I have never seen a more impressive 7 incompletion passes thrown ever in any game outside of what Patrick Mahomes did in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Let's be clear. Again, though, no matter how talented he is, and look, I'm not trying to shoot him all the way out the gym and whatnot, because as soon as you do that, well, he's the LeBron, he's not the Jordan. Like, we get in that conversation. Right. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to do that. Low key, though, as we sit in the NFL right now, there's nobody arm talent wise like Patrick Mahomes. And what we learned is simply this: if your O-line's fucked, sorry for the language, for all the kids,
then you're fucked.
Then you're circumcising the fly.
Oh, yeah. There it is. There it is. Tuck, I was going to say it, but you walked in I locked the door and you walked through it. You were circumcising the fly. Like, bro, you just can't do it. You just can't do it. Right. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So everybody, as we're sitting here, And we're look you Matt Owen, it just happened. Matt Owen, it just happened. Yeah. Here's the thing, because we'll sit here a year from now, 2 years from now, and if we don't win the Super Bowl, guess whose fault it is?
Dak. Oh, it's gonna be Dak's fault for everything. It's gonna be Dak's fault. Everything in Dallas, man. Like,
he can't stop the run or kick a field goal. It's Dak's fault.
Right. Fucking Dan Bailey's a free agent, though, guys.
Yeah,
yeah.
Don't start that. Don't start
that.
Hey,
well, Dominic, you tuned in late. You had to come back, rewind. About 30, 40 minutes ago, we talked about Earl Thomas. A lot of us are on deck. Absolutely. Look, we'll get here on this, my guys. I mean, we've been over 2 hours. I'm sorry. I know we went extra long. The number one free agent on your list. And look, low key, I don't care. I got gentleman Jack flowing. I'm ready to run it back. I'm going to run it back myself if nobody wants to come on board. If you want to come on board, fair enough. But I want to get y'all out here to give y'all the space, though. The number one free agent on your list that you want to bring in. Now, I'll be completely transparent. I was a Justin Simmons guy. He's tagged. David. Yeah. Hey, man. Dalvin Tom. Well, get the H out of there. I don't know why the H. Tomlinson. No. Get the H out there. Tomlinson, 27, stops the run. Give him a 3-4 year deal. That's my number one for me in free agency is Dalvin Tomlinson. Number one for me. But let me spin the wheel. Spoonie, I'll start with you. Your number one guy in free agency, no matter what you want, linebacker, defensive line, cornerback, offensive line. Because hey, look, low-key, nobody's talking about this. Like the longs in the realm now. Hey, we just saw the Giants get rid of a guy. Like, there's some old line out there that you can go get. But hey, who do you want?
Dalvin. Oh, Simmons was my number one guy, but he got tagged. Dalvin's my number one guy now.
Okay, all right. JG the third from Mendoza. David is laughing at us currently because he misspelled Dalvin Tomlinson. Appreciate your brother for tuning in. My guy Renee's in here with the Patrick Mary. But show him the candle. I know it's still lit.
Yes.
The Dak candle. And look, we're gonna blow it out until look, and we're blowing it out to the draft so we can get pits. After tonight, we won't see it again till the draft stream. All right, so Mary, who do you want?
It's got to be Dalvin, man. I told you on that post. I said I will shed real tears if he signed Dalvin.
We need video. Mary.
I was not joking. I will shed real tears because I can sleep easy knowing that I can finish my Kool-Aid. You know, I'm already started.
We could drink. Man, Spoon even said he'd take Xavier Woods back to that at a certain point. Where's that Kool-Aid? Where's that Kool-Aid at? J Tuck.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. It's Tomlinson. I'm pro team stop the run versus stop the pass. Like we didn't take care of that first, but my second guy, I've been preaching about is also KJ Wright, man, from Seattle. So
I like that one too.
We're able to add him with the linebacker position, man, solidify some tackles up front, get mean and nasty. If we get Tomlinson and KJ Wright, that'll make life a lot easier for Cheeto and whoever the hell is back there at safety. So those are my two.
Man, talk to him, Tuck.
Matt Owen has jokes.
No, real quick. Jokes. Yeah, no, real quick. Matt Owen, we might have to ban you with this Chaz Green talk. We might have to. No. As it pertains to Chaz Green, the defensive end that got all those sacks just did get released from the Browns. Maybe we should go get him. I don't know. Oh, that is good. You know what? I was going to bring that up, Mendoza. I was going to bring that up.
Mm-hmm.
Kwan Alexander, it did get released from the Saints. Thoughts? I see you, Jay Tucker.
Okay,
I see it turning.
He's young.
Right?
He got released. Let's see.
Yeah. He's free. No, I promise you. You ain't got to click it. Look at me. You ain't got to click it. He's gone. He's free agent.
He's gone.
I know that for sure.
He's only like 26 or some shit.
I'm
down for that.
Be clear. The Niners season was over. They were trying to get some assets. The Saints tried to upload and go for a run. The run didn't happen. He's the casualty. They didn't draft him. It is what it is. So Kwan Alexander is out there.
You know what?
Yeah. We need linebackers. The cupboards bear a linebacker too, and that's been an area of concern for us, because especially you got to take in consideration LVE's health and whatever the hell Sean Lee's going to do. So if you can bring in Alexander, man, and also maybe a KJ Wright, and load the deck, man. But so I think so this is what we're finding out, man. A lot of these players are starting to get released due to cap casualties and.
Hey, and we don't have to talk about Dak's contract no more. So we can talk about these guys and what's
we can address
going on.
The defense.
Oh my God.
Look at us, right?
Look at this. Spoony, where you at? You got one guy. Who's calling who? Who's getting the call? Who's getting the call? Spoon, you getting the call? Spoon, are you getting the call from Devin Tomlinson? I mean, you're in New York. Are you getting the call? Oh, what you got? What you got for us, Spoon?
Darwin, you? I'll meet you back. I mean, I'm with Kwan Alexander. Definitely. Listen, he's that middle linebacker role. We could definitely use that to become that tackling machine. Could play some outside too as well. I'm with it. I ain't with it. But if you do that, that means by May 3rd, when it comes to a decision on LVE's contract, that may be an issue.
Right. A lot of money. A lot of money. But I mean, as Chuck just chimed in, no LV or Jalen in the middle. I think LV is going to be in the middle still, especially on nickel. Right. I think Jalen, we already heard the word. He's going to the under on the Sam, and we'll have to wait and see what happens from there, depending on how we build this thing. But with that being said, though, man, we have rocked way longer than usual. But I mean, it's a special time, man. Special time. Right. Special time.
Wait, hold on.
Oh. Put it up, Mary. Put it up. Put it up, Mary.
Hand, but,
I mean, you know what else? Shout out to the nails matching the shirt, matching the top right now. I see you. Yeah, look at you. I see. Look, I appreciate you. Yeah, I see it. Man,
she's ready for the press conference.
Oh yeah, she was laced up for it. She was laced up for it. No offense about it. But low key. Man, we appreciate you rocking with us. If you're on Facebook, we have a Facebook page as well, not group, a page. Star Gang, go like and follow that. On YouTube, absolutely unequivocally, Star Gang Podcast, just spaces. Man, go over there, hit that sub, hit that follow or the notification button, hit the likes. Man, we're trying to transition over that this year. On Twitter, my shit right here down the bottom, your guy Nick's, man. And again, I don't want to be quaint. Tuck, Skywalker, who's my other guy? Nick, man, share me, did whatever. Man, I'm about to catch Mary. About to catch Mary over here on these follows. And look, and I'm not a female. About to catch her over there. But I'm over 500 now, man. I'm appreciative. Man, we appreciate y'all rocking with us. Man, what a time to be alive here in Cowboys Nation. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But that being said, Spoonie, where can they find you outside of Star Game?
Oh, at Twitter at Spoonie881.
Bam. Mary. With all
I'm
the
over
smoke
here
that she wants.
Yeah, I'm over here on Twitter. I drink the Cowboys Kool-Aid now. And at Stargang Beauty.
All the smoke on Twitter if you want it. J Tuck, aka CFO. I saw a little bit of damage with the shirts and everything. I know you're pivoting and whatnot. Man, tell the people, man.
Yeah, man. You can follow me on Twitter at JTuck151, man, for just a nice little friendly football conversation. I don't want no smoke with anybody. Save that for Mary. And then also you guys can follow me on my YouTube channel, Cowboys Fans Only. Go ahead, comment, like, subscribe, man. I appreciate all the support, man. Of course, you can catch me rocking with my Star Gang family, man. I appreciate all the support. And then also the Fan to Fan Network. I'll be dropping some more articles and stuff coming soon. And as Nick's mentioned, the Cowboys. Go ahead.
Oh, whoa. No, I got to ask you. Because you plugged the Fan to Fan. When can we get the print? I need to know a date.
Well, there's some articles already out there.
I know that. But for everybody else, they might not know. That's why it's the plug.
Yeah, I was expect probably by this Sunday, man. I got a few articles I'm working on right now, so probably by Sunday, man. But I'm in vacation mode. I'm getting ready to be on the.
Oh yeah, y'all about to.
I'm on my way to Miami.
Man, we were low key. Like, be clear. For the rest of March, we're not going to find him.
Yeah, I'll be out. I'll be out somewhere.
I'm heading out this weekend, so I'll be out.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
man, you're out too, Spoonie. Yeah. Man, put the look. I want the way.
The Cabo Cowboy, man.
Look. Spoonie. We want the way. You know what? Pressure is privilege. Yeah. Pressure is privilege.
Dak said
it's our time. Man, hey, look, low key, we appreciate y'all. Subscribe to everybody. Follow everybody. Hey, man, as my guy J Tuck brought it up a day or two ago, man, hashtag mute the mainstream. Mute the mainstream. Follow us and other ones that do this on this level, because we're gonna bring you the real and not the be. Oh, look here, no. I just made a bet in Vegas for BJ regarding the Cowboys to win the Super. Now look, Sue. Look, I didn't say nothing about the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl, but he is the antagonist. He's gonna show up and do what he's got to do. Man, we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. I mean, hell, we've been over 2 hours. You know what we got to do.